Hello everyone and welcome back to HERORC. I have not left to go out and do my video yet because this game has been awesome. So we're going to wrap it up, or try to wrap up this game here because they're in overtime right now. And once it's over, I'll go out and do my little run. But this has been awesome.
See right here, defensively for the Pacers, go with the bigger Pascal Siakam on Brunson. Right now you've been going Nembhard and Nesmith. I think he needs to see a bigger body on him. They're going to start Nembhard on him.
They went just the opposite. They went smaller. They went from Nesmith.
I would go with a bigger body on him.
And I'm really surprised they do not have Miles Turner in the game. I know what they're thinking is being able to switch things, but I like that rim protection of Miles Turner.
And Brunson knocked out of bounds and knocked out there by Nembhard. We've had 14 lead changes and 7 have come in overtime, and timeout Indiana.
18.9 seconds left. See how long I got.
In overtime.
I've got 1 minute and 22 seconds so far on my video. Let's see how long it takes from 1 point. 1 minute and 22 seconds with 18.9 seconds. Let's see how long it takes for the game to end.
That's close.
Ruling on the floor is New York basketball. Indiana's challenge on the ruling.
Oh, that's off Brunson.
That's off
His
Brunson.
right finger.
That's off Brunson. That's off Brunson.
That is off Brunson.
Thank God they didn't have this back when we were playing.
That's what I'm talking about. The playoffs, baby.
Thank God they didn't have
Woo!
this.
This is going to be Indiana ball with the lead in 18.9.
How about that?
Now again, you got to be able to inbound the ball with the lead, and teams have a lot of trouble doing this. Nembhard's come back in and done a great job. And Nembhard's come back in, he got those 5 quick points for Indiana, and then this defensive play. After Nesmith had the 20-point fourth quarter.
And Brunson knew. He knew to try to get the ball in quickly. Smart on his part. And Nembhard is running towards the bench, telling them to challenge. This is why you say your challenges, guys.
That's exactly
They were already.
The ball was deemed to last touch Brunson's fingertips. Therefore, this is a successful challenge. Indiana basketball with 20 on the game clock.
Each team with the timeout. New York with a foul to give. 20 seconds in overtime.
Now back to your point, Coach. Inbounding the ball under duress is always the hardest thing, correct?
Well, they're probably going to have to do it twice.
All right, New York.
New York's got a foul to give. If you get it inbounds, first of all, New York can be very aggressive going for a steal once the ball comes in, because at the
See
worst
what you
they get a
got.
foul and they take it out again.
Everything.
Surprised that
Balanced
New York's
here.
not going to put anybody on the ball. They made that inbounds very easy.
Here comes Chamberlain. Got it.
Oh my goodness.
15.3.
Oh my goodness.
In overtime.
I did not see this
That didn't make
coming.
any sense to me. First of all, the inbounds was too easy. And second of all, no defense right there at all on the pick and roll.
That's a foul.
And if your Bridge is coming over there, right there.
Where was the defense, Coach?
No, there's no
lack of defense.
Mitchell Robinson's in there for defense and didn't do anything. And then Bridge
and got fouled too, by the way.
They did get fouled.
And got fouled.
They didn't call it. That should have been an and one, and Toppin have a chance to make it a 4-point game, but they didn't.
Wow.
Now remember, he missed that wide open dunk in the first half. Look, this is a one possession game still here. Obviously, I know this crowd is stunned here, but you've got the best clutch player in Jalen Brunson here. This game is far from over.
Well, you're going to put 5 guys on the floor who all have a chance to make a 3. I think Indiana will foul.
18 seconds has already turned into 5 minutes.
He's been a guy who will foul
Crazy.
in these situations, and it is early. If New York hits one quickly, you're going to get the last shot.
This is the all-defensive team on the floor here for the Pacers. Ben Shepherd back on the floor. How about the minutes that he played in the second half on that comeback?
Bridges will inbound. 15.3 in overtime. And here's Brunson, picked up by Nimard, down by 3. Here is a 3 for the tie.
Oh my goodness, way off.
Out to Towns, to tie, no! Rebound, fought for, loose, Bridges has got it. Clock is ticking, out of bounds. It's Indiana's ball with .2 to go.
Oh my goodness. Woo! What a game.
Indiana will take the final timeout here in overtime with .2, leading by 3. Indiana trailed by 14 points with 2:35 left in the fourth quarter.
My goodness. That is crazy. That's why I like the playoffs.
At the very end. Off the elbow and hand of Bridges.
You can see it on his face. You can see it on his face. I'm messed up. Oh my goodness.
The Pacers. This has been
I've
outstanding.
seen one better than this. To score 20 points in 2:35, it's one thing to come back from 14 down, but the Knicks scored 6 points. It's not like they went scoreless down the stretch. They got outscored 20-6 in 2.5 minutes.
Well, the Pacers this season, including playoffs, when they score 120 plus points, they're 30-2 and about to make it 31-2. This offense, high octane.
Well, this game's over. You can literally
Pretty much,
take the ball
yeah.
out of rounds right now if you're Indiana and hand it to the guy. You can hand it to Karl Anthony Towns. He can't shoot it with .2.
.3.
Yeah, just hand. I would just hand Karl Anthony Towns the ball right here. No, I would.
You are just throwing salt in the wound here,
I would
Coach.
just give him the ball. That's
Exactly what it is. And Towns fired it, and the game is over, and Indiana has
Woo!
coming back and captured
What
the game
a
on the
game.
finals on the road.
I'm fixing to make my run to close the gate. I will see you on the flip side.
And you can
Alright. Oops. Man, blew that down just as the camera came on. Wind blew my remote control off the banister right there. Turned the vehicle on and everything. I want to see how that pans out in the video. But anyway, here we are back on the flip side at HERORC. I'm going to go close the front gate. We're going to trail to the front. And I'm going to take it down the stairs with the new shocks on it and see how it does with a load on it. Here we go. Something's going to scrape, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure yet what, maybe the back part of it. Just by looking at it. Nice. Nice. Desert Lizard doing her thing. Alright, the back is probably going to scrape because I didn't go at a wide enough angle. Look at that. Down the stairs with a load on it. With the Desert Lizards, baby. Yeah. Alright. Trail up front to close the gate. take my glasses off. I can't see the screen, but I can see the vehicle pretty good. I can see enough to see the vehicle in the screen, but trying to watch the vehicle in the screen at the same time gets a little blurry. What about that game, folks, huh? Woo! That was crazy. So I like the playoffs. And I'm sure there's games throughout the season that happen like that, but you gotta watch every game, and there's a lot of games to catch stuff like that. But in the playoffs, you catch it all, baby. Here to tell you. I like the playoffs. Something with the desert lizards. See how it does over this rock pile. I'm not going to try to go over the top of it, but check the articulation. And I'll get to do that in the on the trail course with the desert lizards on it. Lit up nicely. Okay. Alright, we're going to back up. The remote control is about to fall off. Try that another time. The remote control to the Capra. It's got the Capra on the back piggybacking, because I'm going to take it across the night course tonight. Haven't driven it in a while. Alright, we want to keep it in high while we're trailing. Beautiful rig. Look at it. Woo. Like I said, I can do this all day, every day, all day. Love it. I've never found anything that has kept my interest so long other than this. Out to the street, make that U-turn, and then come back through the gate, and then we're going to close the gate. Man, that front tire is wobbling like crazy. It's got a load on it though. Uh-oh, lost it out of the picture there for a second. Bright lights coming at you. I want to get out here in the daytime, but I couldn't. That game was just too awesome. That was an awesome game, I must say. I gotta figure out why this driver's side tire is wobbling like it's about to come off. Let's check that out before we hit the trail course. Alright. We're going to get this gate closed, and I will be right back with you. Uno momento. Alright, we got the beauty back in the frame. Let's rock and roll. That tire is wobbling something crazy. Let's check that before I put it on the course. Thought I tightened everything up, but you know you miss things. Things get missed. When you're dealing with something as complex as these vehicles here. They're just not your everyday remote control cars. They have to be tuned. Everything has to be tightened down. Get lit up nicely. Look at her. she travels off into the distance. Very nice. Love this hobby. It's a great hobby. Very relaxing, and it releases a lot of stress when you get out here and do something you enjoy. Alright, with the load on it and the Desert Lizard shocks, I want to see how it does up the ramp. But first I got to get that tire checked out. I may have to move my table back a little bit from the chairs over there so I can get a straight angle at the ramp there. But at the same time, it tells you what type of vehicle you have to. Look at that turning radius, man. That is nice. Very nice. Alright. Give me a minute. I'm going to check that tire out. Uno momento. Alright, we're back. I checked the tire. The rim is nice and tight on it and straight. So it has to be the tire over the rim. So that's something I'll have to check out a little later. But here we go. Up the ramp. Let's see if she can do it. With a Capra on piggybacking. Get a straighter angle. All the diffs, got the front diffs on. I think that battery might be getting tired already. I charged it up. But we'll see. If we have to change, we will. Sorry. Getting weak on me. Alright, we're going to put it in low. Turn all the diffs on. And let's see what happens. Put this puppy through the test. And anybody that is interested in buying a ultimate hauler, I truly recommend it. It is an awesome vehicle, man. It is a beast. I'm telling you. That was bad driving there. Pulled itself off of there. Got caught up in that hole there on the ramp. Like I said, I probably need to move that table back a little bit so I get a straighter angle at the ramp. I don't think it's going to catch in the back there. But we'll see. This is an awesome vehicle, man. This vehicle is incredible. Piggybacking up a ramp at about 3 feet with a Capra on the back, and this is all original equipment with Desert Lizards on it. Look at that. And look at the drag brake. Are you kidding me? Original equipment. It had, and I can't understand why my Ford Bronco. I tried the trigger thing on the remote control. I'm going to say it's probably gearing, and it's not holding its weight there. It finally caught, but I want to say it's probably the gearing that's in that Bronco. Maybe I need to put a bigger pinion on it.